Hey Freebs Nation, Jordan Page with funcheaperfree.com, and today I'm gonna help you tackle your week by focusing on the weekend. What? What is this? Let me show you. Let's do it. First things first is over the weekend, I want you to focus on food. This is so important, not just for productivity, but for budgeting. Like, so important for budgeting. I teach this in my budget bootcamp program, but let me give you a really quick rundown. You need to figure out groceries for the week, and I recommend doing that during the weekend, not during your busy week. One thing I recommend doing on the weekends is going through your fridge and cleaning it out. Go through and look at all of the leftovers and random things from the week. Pull it all out. Do a leftovers night on Friday or Saturday or Sunday. It's one less night that you have to cook, and it reminds you of things that you need to use up that will otherwise go bad soon. Also, it makes space for new groceries and your meals for the upcoming week, and it really prevents having things just shoved to the back of the fridge that you forget about. So take the time, go shelf by shelf, take everything out, use what you need to use, toss what you need to toss, wipe out the shelves. It feels so good. Also, while you're cleaning out your fridge, take note of the inventory of your fridge. I actually have a free inventory printable below, and then use that inventory to help plan your meals for next week. This is how you get your grocery budget down so low, is you start first with what you have and need to use up, and you'll be surprised at how many meals you can get out of it. I have a ton of helpful videos on meal planning and grocery budgets and all of that. I will link those below, check them out. One thing I highly recommend doing on the weekend, ignore all the noise, is making breakfast for the week. Today I am doing mini German pancakes, scrambled eggs with bacon bits and ham. Those are both things that are really good and easy to reheat throughout the week, so that you only have to make breakfast once or twice maybe in a week. It's really nice. Along with prepping breakfast, you can also prep lunches and dinners for the week. I didn't even think to record the process, but one of the things that I did today is I marinated boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We cooked and ate some for dinner, and then I cooked up all the extras, and I'm going to have them for later in the week. I marinated the chicken. I actually used the Anova sous vide. Have you guys ever used a sous vide? I don't know. I'm still working on it, and once I master it, I'll do a video and show you guys if you want. But I cooked it in the sous vide to keep all of the juices in, and then I finished it off on the George Foreman just to get a nice crust and to make sure it was totally done. We ate quite a bit for dinner, and then I sliced up the rest, and I will now have grilled chicken strips for this week, or if I don't need them for this week, I can just pop them in the freezer for another time. I also made quite a bit of extra sweet potato. I also just roasted up 2 huge pans of veggies. Unfortunately, they needed about 3 minutes left, and I didn't set my timer, so they got overdone. They're still good. Basically, cook up extra protein and extra veggies, and then you can use them with recipes throughout the week or just eat them plain on the side. Pretty easy. And then lastly, I made a giant batch of my Cool Whip fruit salad, if you will. It's really not a salad, but it has cottage cheese, and it actually has a good amount of fruit and protein in it. It looks disgusting, but my kids devour it, so I will leave the recipe for this down below. I made a huge bowl of this so that the kids can eat it throughout the week. Okay, once you have your meals planned out and you know what your inventory is, next is I recommend doing your grocery shopping for the week during the weekend. For me, I love to sit down on Sunday night. The kids are in bed, bed, I sit down with my inventory, I look up recipes, and I plan my meals for the week. And then right there on the spot, I order those groceries from Walmart, and I either pick up or I have them delivered. And I know that Monday morning or Monday afternoon, my groceries are set for the week. I've talked about groceries and grocery shopping a bunch before. You can check out those videos below. But I really would love you to consider grocery pickup or even grocery delivery, but be aware that there usually are extra fees involved with the delivery. But the reason why is if this is available in your area, it's so helpful for your budgeting and also your productivity. You're forced to think about your groceries before you shop. You add them to your cart one by one. It shows you your total. It shows you what you have. And it even saves your order, your previous orders, so you can just go back and continue ordering your favorite produce and things like that. It makes it so much faster, but it does allow you to watch your budget as you go. Also, it avoids impulse buys. I know for me, when I go into the store, I tend to smell things and see things, and I end up with quite a bit in my cart that I really don't need. Full disclosure, I do not do grocery pickup every single week. Once in a while, I will go into the store. Like Costco, I do not do delivery because the fees are so much higher. So every couple of weeks, I will take a trip into Costco, and I think it's helpful to see what's in season and be able to pick my own produce and things like that. It's not a one size fits all. You can mix and match and adapt because it really helps with the budget. All right, now that you have food taken care of, another thing I recommend doing over the weekend is to have a family council, or what we call a family council. You can call it whatever you want. It sounds more official than it is. We do ours on Sunday night, and what we do is we gather all of our kids together and we just sit on the couch and we plan out the week together. It's essentially exactly what Bubba and I do, but just higher level, but it's getting the kids involved. We go over the schedule, what things to expect for the week. We talk about homework and homework that's due, projects that are due at school. We talk about who's got what game and what activity and this and that. And also, I remind the kids the days that they have free. So like Wednesday night, some of my kids have nothing going on after school. So I'll say to them, okay, Wednesday's free. What are you guys going to do with your time on Wednesday? It's a good time for them to think ahead for their free time, the things they need to get done, just like we do. It's important to teach your kids these lessons now because once they get to college and adulthood, it's a lot harder for them to figure it out themselves. During family council is also when we will rotate chores for the week or zones. We will also talk about whose turn it is to have a date with mom and dad, because every Wednesday we do dates with the kids. That's also a time that we'll ask the kids if they have any ideas, things they want to do during the week, maybe things we can improve in the family. And it's been really great because sometimes they will come up with really great ideas. It's a great opportunity for all of you to come together and just think ahead. And then after family council, the kids go to bed and Bubba and I sit down and plan out our week, and I recommend for you to do this as well. This might sound rudimentary, this might sound really basic, but truly, how many of us sit down on a Sunday night and sit with our spouse or partner, plan out the entire week, the meals, the activities, the carpool, the babysitting, the date nights, all of it? If you do, pat on the back. Here's a refresher for you. Oh, Rio boy, come here, did you sneak in? It's a big boy. Oh, did you meet our puppy Rio? Oh, he's so big. Oh, he's a big boy. Okay, bye. Again, I like to sit down on Sunday night and we go through the next 7 days together. We talk about, he slobbered on my head. We talk about upcoming events and scheduling for the week. We talk about who's in charge of planning date night, where we're gonna go. We talk about meals. We just go through the whole week. Get out your productivity planner, or if you don't have one, I have a free block schedule printable. Put your schedule and your meals in your block schedule planner. And as you're planning out your week, be sure to add all the to-dos you need to get done that week to your to-do page. Anything you need to get done over the next week. Anything from laundry, running errands, calling somebody, work tasks, making your bed, write it down. As you're going through your week, dump everything you need to get done on your to-do list. And then each day, as you fill out your blocks, take the things from your to-do list and plug them into the appropriate blocks on the appropriate day that make the most sense so you can get everything done that you need to. Just chip away at it throughout the week, but you do need to plan ahead for that. Okay, when you and your partner are going over your week, this is also an important time to do your weekly weigh-in. If you don't know what a weekly weigh-in is, maybe I'll do a video about it, but we do have it included here in my budget planner. But essentially you sit down for the week and you talk about your budgets, ways to improve, upcoming expenses to take note of, how each of you did on your budgets, and go over your spending for the previous week. talk about what went well, what didn't, what to do with extra money if you have extra money left over, fill out your budget envelope for the next week if you need to. All of this comes included in my budget planner, but you can really do this on anything. Like Bubba and I used to just use an Excel spreadsheet and then just normal everyday envelopes. So also in family council, it's important to talk about it with your kids. Talk about their allowance, how they're doing with their savings and their money, and you will see a huge difference if you do that once a week. You guys, that's it. I know it seems like a lot, but let's recap, okay? Over the weekend, there's a few things that you should do. Number one, inventory your fridge, plan your meals, order or buy your groceries. Number two, batch cook. Prepare breakfast, lunch, dinner as much as you can for the week so that cooking and eating is so much easier. Number three, have a family council. Go over your weekly schedule with your kids as a family. Talk about what needs to be improved, chore charts, homework that's due, all those things. And then number four, sit down and plan out your week together with you and your spouse, or just you. Dump everything you need to get done for the week on your to-do list and then put those to-dos in the appropriate blocks throughout the week. It's not that bad. It's really not. I promise you, you guys should try it. Come back to this video, leave a comment, and let me know how much better your week went. I have a hunch that you're gonna have the best week ever, so. All right, you guys, that's it. I know I haven't been super consistent with videos lately. I have so many huge projects in the background that I'm working on that I've really just been pulled in a lot of different directions, but I'm trying my hardest to get back to weekly videos here on YouTube. Here's what I recommend. Subscribe, but turn on the notification bell, and then you'll be notified when a new video comes and you just don't have to worry about it. If you want more productivity tips like this, please, please, please check out Productivity Bootcamp. Use the code YouTube for 10% off and let me know what you think. Okay, you guys, I gotta go finish planning out my week. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Yes, nice.
High five.